Record. Okay, so people are going to be hopping on as we start, but we're just going to go ahead and roll with it so that we can get a lot of important information out to you guys. So I'm kind of just going to start and say a few things to start us off with, and then you're going to hear from each of us, and you're going to hear from your enroller. There's 4 of us on the team that have done the enrolling. For all of you wonderful new team members, I am so excited to see your life change. All 4 of us have watched our life change. And we all started with Bree, and Bree's on here as well, and I know she signed some of you directly. So we won't even waste our time telling stories because that'll be for another day. We just want to get down to the nitty-gritty of training. So I want to start off with super basic. So the first thing I want you to understand is that you are a distributor. So a distributor is someone who makes money by sharing the products that we have. I never say selling, I say sharing. I don't feel like I'm selling. I don't feel like I'm selling a product at all. I'm sharing products with other people. If they don't want it, they don't have to have it. I'm going to go move to the next because I'm not selling it. I'm sharing a lifestyle. I'm sharing a dream. I'm sharing a way to get your confidence back, a way to get your body back. I'm sharing these products or this business with you. You decide if you want it or not. There's no, market. There's no like salesy, pushy stuff like people are thinking. So when people say they don't like sales, that doesn't bother me because I'm not selling. I'm sharing. So use the word share. But a distributor is the person doing the sharing, making the money by using the products and sharing them with others. That's a distributor. And then a PDT is a potential distributor. A DT is a distributor. So a potential distributor is someone who, they like the business, they're kind of thinking about the business, but they haven't committed. So anyone that's thinking about it, we want to remember those people. We want to write those people down. And so we call them potentials. Potential distributors or potential loyal customers. So that's a distributor. Now, a loyal customer is someone who wants to try the products for you. We are built on loyal customers. We make money on loyal customers. So we want people to try our products. It's all about the wording. And so I don't ask people to try the product. I ask people if they want to be a brand reviewer for me or if they want to help me build my portfolio by trying some products. It's all about the wording. And we'll send you scripts about these things because that really gets someone feeling a different type of way than just you trying to sell them something that you've tried to sell everybody else. So I like to ask people to try my products or my portfolio. And it being 2019, we just started the new year. You could even mention that every year you make a brand new portfolio with amazing before and afters, and you want them to be a part of that. And for doing that, you're going to give them 40% off. So that's a loyal customer, someone who tries your products. Now, there is a commitment to this. They do have to try your products for 3 months or pay a $50 membership fee. That's the only 2 ways to become a loyal customer. There's 2 ways to become a loyal customer. The first is to try your products for 3 months. It does auto ship. I don't say auto ship. I say things like they'll come automatically or we'll work together for 90 days. So you definitely have to tell them that they're going to get their products automatically, but the word auto ship scares people. So I like to explain in a little bit more depth and kind of work around the word auto ship. If you have a goal of 30 pounds, 50 pounds, 70 pound weight loss, do you think it's going to happen in 30 days? No, it's not. So be honest and let them know if you want to reach this goal with me, we need to work together for 90 days and we need to make sure that you're consistent. And by being consistent, you need your products to come to you every single month for 3 months. And then at the end of that 90 days, we can decide if they worked or not. But besides 90 days, you can't decide if something works until you give it a shot. And so I kind of talk to people about like that. I don't just say, oh yeah, they're going to be auto shipped. Try this. You have to do it for 3 months automatically. People are scared of that stuff. Just talk to them. Be real. Tell them why they need this product for 90 days. But to be a loyal customer, you do have to auto ship our products for 3 months or pay a $50 membership fee. But then they get that 40% discount for life. So if you're brand new, we will tell you how to introduce. The only thing that you have to do is get in their inbox. Ask people. When people get interested, text your enroller and let us close the deal. You're not supposed to be good at this. You're not supposed to know what to do. You're not supposed to know what to say. That's what we're here for. You're just supposed to get in their inbox and understand a little bit about what you're doing, like what a distributor is and what a loyal customer is. Now, the next thing I want to talk about really quick is commission qualified. So everyone wants a paycheck. That's why you join this business, to get a paycheck. And so I'll tell you there's 2 ways to be commission qualified. You have to be commission qualified to get your paycheck. The first, which everyone should be doing, is run an $80 auto ship, 80 volume auto ship. It comes out to about 90 to 100 bucks every single month. But if you're working the business, we can get you a check that will equal that. We just ask that you turn your check back around into the business for the first few months so that you can be a product of the product and really grow with the business by using the product. People spend thousands and millions of dollars on businesses. We're not asking that. We're just saying that first check, take it, turn it back around into the business and buy some products so that you're commission qualified and you don't have to hold on to any of your volume. So we'll get in more detail on that, but just know there's two ways to get paid. It's an 80 BV auto ship, so it's $80 in volume, or you build up customers that equal 150 volume. So if you have questions, write them down. I talk fast. This isn't to confuse you. Just write down your questions and we'll talk about it later. But just know in your mind that there is something called loyal customer, distributor, and I do have to be commission qualified. The next two things I want to talk about really fast is your first goal. So every single person's first goal on this Zoom is to get 4 loyal customers. 4 loyal customers. Now you remember what a loyal customer is? It's someone who tries your products for 3 months. We want 4 of them. We want 4 of them because if you get 4 of them in the first 30 days, you get a free $100 shopping spree. So you can buy fancy, cute t-shirts, or you can buy products to try to write your own testimony. But it's important that you get that shopping spree so that you can start using these products, which makes you more believable because you'll fall in love with them because they are amazing. So every single person, first goal, 4 loyal customers. And then after you get your 4 loyal customers, we'll start talking about fast start bonuses, which are paid out weekly. Then we'll start talking about the 400 club. But let's go after our first 4 loyal customers first. Now, what I'm going to close you with is self-development. So I just want to say a few quick things about this. We could do a whole Zoom on self-development because it's that important, but I just want to put a few bugs in your ears for now. So what I want to say about self-development is do it. You have to have someone pouring into you so that you can pour into others. So when I first started this business, it took me about 8 months to even do self-development. I have never read a book in my entire life. I was not one of those people that was going to watch YouTube. I barely had time for the business. I thought, how in the hell was I going to make time to listen to a motivational YouTube video? Once I made time and I did it, my life changed. I became invincible. My mind became unlimited. My dreams were through the roof. I will and can do anything I put my mind to. And what did that was YouTube self-development videos and reading books. So last year, I challenged myself to read 1 book a month for the whole entire year. It's the first time I've ever achieved a New Year's resolution, but I did it. I read a book a month for an entire year and the game changed. My mind changed, my heart changed, my attitude changed. I became on top of the world. I knew that I could and would do anything. I grew a relationship with God. I started listening to myself. I started growing my mind, believing in myself. And I am telling you, it changed. So I don't know what you believe in, but if it's God, you need to pray to him. You need to believe in him. You need to listen to the Bible, listen to sermons, go to church, pay your tithes, because this is your purpose. It Works is your vehicle. It's not the purpose in It Works. It Works is going to get you where you need to go because it's going to give you the money, it's going to give you the passion, it's going to give you the fire, and it's going to give you the people in your team and on your team and trying your products that you're supposed to touch. So
hello?
Whatever you believe in, whatever that is, pray to them, worship them.
Hello?
Hey.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't sure if y'all could hear me.
Yes, yeah, we got you, baby. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So get something that you believe in and speak it into the universe and tell the universe what you want. Okay. So then after that, you need to find something that either you're playing a YouTube motivational video, but what I want to say is your mindset has to be made up. So from the very beginning, I took quitting off the table. Your mindset has to be made. What do you want and what will you do to get it? I don't know if you know Rachel Hollis, but she is now like famous because she wrote the book, Girl Wash Your Face. But that's not how it started. Y'all forget about the journey that it took to get to the place that these people are at. You think they just woke up rich? You think they just woke up with a multi-million-dollar book or business? No, they worked their ass off to get it. And so your mind has to be made up. You have to know what you want and you have to know that you would do what it takes. This is a business. This is an easy business because it's from your phone, but it's a business. You can't just pretend to work every single day and expect yourself to get money. You have got to put in the work and you've got to have your mind made up and know exactly where you're going. And then the leaders around you will make sure that you get it, but you have to have your mind made up. Do you want it? What do you want? And are you willing to do what it takes? Once you decide that, game over. So the next thing is, know your why. So I'll close with this. So we're going to find something to get you going every single day, a motivational video on YouTube or something with self-development, something that's pouring into your mind and telling you basically just says, you are great. You can do anything you say you can do. Tell the universe you want it. And he just tells you these things and you start to believe it and you start to know that it's coming true. But know your why. So why do you want this business to work? You have to know your why. Most women that I hear in this business, their why makes them cry. Unfortunately, I'm not a crier, but I do know my why, and I'm very passionate about that. So know your why. Is it that you want $500 a month because you're tired of having to, take an Uber? Maybe you don't have a car. Maybe you're living with your mom and you want to save up money to get your house. Maybe you have to put your son in some, horrible daycare and you want to be able to afford daycare. Maybe you want to quit your job. Maybe you don't want to struggle and you want to go on vacation yearly. Whatever it is, maybe you're on food stamps, maybe you're on government assistance, maybe you're, whatever it is, find it out, determine what you want, and write it down and never stop until you get it. And then when you get it, make it higher and go after something else. So that's what I'll leave you with. I know I talk fast. I know that's super quick. We could do a whole Zoom on just that little bit I said. But what we want to talk about next is our core 4. And so there's 4 things that we do daily, and then we're going to close it up with Host to Post, which is a gold mine for us. So we're going to let Danny and Veronica talk about our core 4. There's 4 things that you have to do for your business every single day, non-negotiable. No matter if you're sick, if you're tired, if your grandma passed away, or your aunt's sick, or your baby's sick. My son's sick with strep and the flu, but you still have to do these things, whether you wake up early or go to bed late. You have to add to your network. You have to post on social media every single day. You have to message and you have to follow up. So the first person we're going to hear from, Danny. And Danny is going to talk about posting and adding to our network.
Hey, y'all. Sorry, I had to write everything down so I won't be rambling on while I'm on here. How's everybody doing? All right.
Good.
You know what? I'm doing really good. Thank you for asking. So I'm going to talk about one of the main things that you guys should definitely be doing every day, and that is posting. Posting is so important because that lets people know that you're open for business. If you had your own business on a storefront and you never had the open sign on, would people know you're open? No, they wouldn't. So it's the same thing with us having our business on social media. So that's why it's important that you be consistent with your posting, and that you do intentional posting. So I'll explain what that is. So being consistent, posting every day, no matter what. If you're sick, like Amanda said, if you're sick, your kid's sick, you don't feel good, you have to do it, because if people don't see you posting consistently, then they're pretty much not going to be interested. And I used to do that. I used to post like once a week, once every other day. And I was like, why is nobody commenting? No one is going to be interested if they don't see you consistently talking about the products, talking about how much you love the business, talking about how it's going to change your life. Like, no one's going to be interested if you guys don't talk about that. So there's 5 components to posting. So the first one is personal posting. Like, I don't want you guys to like just get on your Facebook and post about the business and products all day. Like, it's just going to make your page look spammy, and nobody is going to be interested in what you have, because they're going to be like, well, I don't want to go to her page because she's going to try to sell me something. So still post about your personal life, like things happening with your kids, or things happening, with maybe buying a new home. Like, whatever is personal to you, continue to post about your family in your life. That's so important, because you don't want people to see you as a product. You want people to see you as a person. And second is product posts. So if you're going to be using, that's like Amanda said, being a product of the product. So product posts is pretty much posting about the products. Like, I'm using some of the products now, and every day I'm like, oh, I done lost a pound, or I lost 2 pounds, this and this, just posting about like what the product has done for you, how good it makes you feel, how much weight you've lost from it. So just product posts is pretty much just your experience with the post. And then the third component would be before and afters. So you could say all day, oh my gosh, this product is going to help you lose weight. You're going to lose 30 pounds. But if people don't see like the results, they're not going to believe you. So that's why it's important to post before and after pictures. We have before and after pictures on the team page, Be the Change. And then you guys can also, if you have Pinterest, if you don't, download it. You can go on Pinterest as well and get customer photos off of Pinterest as well. The fourth thing is your lifestyle post. So lifestyle post is like posting about your accomplishments. Like, it doesn't matter if it's small or big. Like, when you sign your first customer, post about that. Like, oh my God, I just got my first customer. I'm so excited. Like, people to know that you're excited about what you're doing, because then that's going to create interest, and then people are going to be like, what is she talking about? She's always happy and talking about this and that. Let me see what she's talking about. So posting about the small and big accomplishments in this business is very, very important. And then the fifth thing is posting about the business, meaning telling your story, like telling people why you joined, telling people how this extra money is gonna like change your life. Like even if you're only like trying to make $500 a month, saying, oh, this extra $500 a month is gonna help me pay my car note every month, or just what the business will do for you, like what your goal is, what your story is, and why you joined. That's very important, because since we can't talk to everybody face to face, we have to be I don't want to say you have to put all your business out there, but you want to be vulnerable. Like you want to be able to connect to people. Just remember, people do not buy product, they buy you. So like be a human being, you know what I mean? Like don't just be like, oh, buy this, it's going to help you do this. Like connect. You have to connect with people, especially since we can't see them face to face. So that's pretty much it for the posting. And then for the adding to your network, you guys should constantly be adding new people on your Facebook, on your Instagram, because you want to be able to reach a new audience. You don't want to keep telling the same 1,000 people on your friends list the same thing over and over every day. Like you want to be able to reach out to new people. So it's very important to continue to add every day. I don't care if you only add 5 people, add somebody every day to Instagram and Facebook, because that's very important to growing your business as well. And I think that's pretty much it. I hopefully I didn't miss anything, but
a few things. So first of all, Danny, you're looking real slim in the face. Looking good. Okay. So everything she said is perfect. They do not buy products, they buy people. I want to touch on a few things with posting though. So when she talked about being a product of the product, if you don't have products yet, don't use that as an excuse. Go to the group message and say, who is using this? Give me your testimony. You don't have to be using products to sell the product. You just have to be freaking excited. Even if you've only tried 1 pack of coffee, you better blow that pack of coffee out of this water and get everybody to buy coffee. When I first started, ask Danny. The only thing I had ever tried was greens, and I could sell greens to anybody because they thought that this energy right here gave me, or the greens gave me this energy, but it didn't, and I just said it did. So try one thing and get, that's a better reason to get that shopping spree. So you don't have to try the product yourself. Ask Danny, ask me, ask Bree, ask Veronica what we love, what testimonies we have, and share our testimonies with your friends and family until you get your own. The same with the story. You don't have to make money yet. Tell people what you're going to get and then let them watch you get it. So I am so excited I joined this business that's going to help me and my family go on vacation next year, and talk about it all the time until you go on vacation next year. And then people know because they followed your journey. They're watching, and all they're watching for you is to quit. They are watching you to quit. And so when you don't quit, they're going to be like, oh, what is this business? And then they're going to get intrigued. Don't expect people to jump on board right now. Let them watch, post, because that's how you show you're consistent. Even if you're not working the business behind the scenes because you're going slow, you better be posting because people are watching you and they expect you to fail. They expect you to quit because that's what most people do in network marketing. That's why the percentages are so low in network marketing. It's not because people don't make it. It's because most people quit. And most people quit because they give up. Because it's not a get-rich scheme. It's not an overnight get-rich scheme. It's a business, and you have to work it, and it's a numbers game. So if I'm signing more customers than you, that means I'm talking to more people than you. That's it. It means I got more no's than you. If I signed 4 customers today, it means I got 532 no's. And maybe you only got 2. So if you want more results, then you need to reach out to more people. You need to post more. You need to message more, and you need to do more, because all it is a numbers game. Anyone can do this business. You just have to post and add to your network. When you add to your network, like Danny said, more people are going to be seeing your story. Me and Danny have been in this business for over a year, and we promoted slow because we didn't do these things. We thought we were working until we saw what working was, and our business exploded. Danny has changed the game with her posting. She has told people her story of MS. She has told people her why. She has gotten honest with people. She has told people that she's not perfect. She's told people she's in pain. She's told people that she's trying to lose weight. And now people are messaging her. People are following her. People are wanting to get with her. You have to be vulnerable because your story is the reason someone is going to message you. So post your story. Are you a teacher? Are you a struggling single mom? Are you in a family but struggling paycheck to paycheck? Are you, whatever it is, share it by posting, and post every single day. Like she said, you're posting a lifestyle post, meaning, y'all, I am sitting in the pickup car line waiting for my kid and making money. That's a lifestyle post. Y'all, I am at Chuck E. Cheese and making money. I am sitting on the couch watching TV and making money. It's showing people that they can do this business just like this. What are they doing? They're sitting on their couch. They're watching the Cowboy game. They're at Chuck E. Cheese. They're at work. You can work this business from work. So show people that. That's a lifestyle post. And then she said a product post. So then show people before and afters, and then show people nothing to do with It Works, about you or your family or your animals. And then add to your network every day, like she said. So we're going to hop over to Veronica. And Veronica is going to talk, is that good on posting? Veronica is going to talk about messaging and following up, which is our last two of our core four.
Hey everyone, I'm Veronica, and so I'm going to talk a little bit about messaging, because messaging is where you're going to get all of your business. You're going to post and do all that, but the messaging is where you're going to lock it in and tie it in with these customers. So we're going to talk about a couple different ways to message. But first thing, you want to send out new messages every single day. It doesn't matter what time of the day, if you wake up earlier for work, if you stay up late and go to bed later, message new people every single day. And so to bounce off of that, we're going to talk about cold and dry messaging. Cold messaging is going to be messaging somebody that you've known, that you maybe haven't talked to in a long time, but you've known them since you were a kid, or you met them, 4 years ago, and y'all are friends on Facebook, but y'all don't really talk that much. That is going to be your cold messaging. So you're going to reach out to those people because you already know them, and you can say something similar to like, hey, Amanda, I wanted to reach out to you and ask if you would be interested in being a brand reviewer for my portfolio. And they usually will come back and be like, ooh, what's that? That sounds cool. Like, what kind of products? And then that's how you get that conversation going. And then you also have dry messaging. That is where you're going to message people that you've never talked to. And so when doing that, I always recommend going onto their page, kind of looking at their page, seeing what they like, maybe interacting a little bit, liking some of their posts, leaving a comment. And when you leave a comment, I always recommend leaving like 6 words. So like, don't just be like, emojis are like, oh, that's cute. Like, kind of engage with them a little bit and let them know like, hey, I'm really interested, or I really like this picture of your daughter that you posted, or oh wow, that food looks really good, where'd you get it from? So kind of engage with them a little bit before you dry message. But again, I mean, it doesn't always happen that way. Sometimes you do just dry message and you haven't talked to them, but I personally have seen that a lot of people don't like that sometimes. And then another thing is always try to look at their page before you do dry message, because sometimes you might not know and they might be a distributor, and it's okay if that happens, because it's happened to me. I've done it to people and people have done it to me. But at the same time, if they have posts on their Facebook that are about the products and stuff, then they're already a distributor. Like, move forward. So take that little bit of time to look at their page, see if they, even if they're not with It Works, if they're with somebody else, like, you don't want to message them because they're not going to be interested. They already have their own business going, and it's just wasting your time. So it takes like 2 seconds, scroll through their page, see what they're about, and then send them a message. And then, okay, so for Instagram messaging, I don't dry message on Instagram. What I do is I'll send like, hey, I really liked your page. I love what you're about, sending good positive vibes your way. And I'll even do that on Facebook too. But as far as Instagram goes, I don't ask anyone really to be a product tester or a brand reviewer on there, just because Instagram is more like just kind of photos and all about the story. So the story on Instagram is what I post mostly about my products. And then my actual feed on Instagram is just my life and everything that this business has done to change my life. So it's kind of your personal post that you do on Facebook, but then it's also going to be your personal post on Instagram. And then in those stories that you have, that's where you'll kind of engage in those messages, because you can create polls. That's a huge thing to do, is creating a poll. Even if they accidentally vote on it and they didn't mean to, I still reach out to them, because every single time that someone accidentally clicks on that poll vote or they mean to do it, that's going to boost the algorithm up to make your story show up before anyone else's story. So that's another way for people to actually stay engaged and keep seeing what you're posting about. Don't be scared to message people either. You might be scrolling through Facebook and be like, oh, I haven't seen this person in a long time, or talked to this person. Click on their profile and send them a message, even if it says, hey, haven't talked to you in a long time, how are you doing? Because that's already opening up a message with them. So whether you decide to open it up with, I haven't talked to you in a long time, or I love your page, or if you ask them like, hey, I just started a brand new business and I would love for you to be a brand reviewer for me for some of my my products and be a part of my portfolio, and then that automatically engages them. And then so I'll kind of go into, once you start messaging, you like, kind of like some of you did today in the chat, you send us the screenshots. Always send us the screenshots if you don't know what to say, because one of us will have something to give to you, because we have scripts, or we've dealt with it before. We've had these conversations with many customers, so we kind of already know what to say. And then you'll basically kind of explain the products to them, let them know what it does. They're interested. You let them know the pricing. Always tell them what it retails for. You want to tell them what the product retails for, and then what they're getting it as a brand reviewer for the discount, because that right there is they're going to be like, whoa, I'm getting a huge discount on this right now. And then I tell, like, from there, and I actually just learned this from a Zoom that me and Amanda and Danny and Bree did a couple weeks ago, from one of the top earners. And what she said, and that's, I was terrified to do this, but I did it and it works. What you're going to do is tell them all the information that you need from them. Once they send it to you, then explain the loyal customer program to them, because chances are you already kind of, more than likely, they know that it's like a 90-day review or a 90-day challenge type thing, especially if we're talking about ThermoFight, because you kind of open it up with, you can lose 30+ pounds in 90 days. So that already has them triggering that 90 days in their head. And then once they send you that information, then you're going to say, okay, well, we're signing you up as a brand reviewer for the discount price of $39, say if they're getting the coffee, and then they'll be like, yes. And you're like, okay, great. Let me just explain to you what that is. And you just kind of, that's where you give your little spiel about what it is. And then usually they're like, oh, okay, cool. Sounds good. And then boom, you get all their information put in, you got yourself a loyal customer. So that's how you kind of like close out the messages. I'm telling you, I was terrified to do that, because I was like, man, like, I feel like they'll get mad at me for that, but they don't. And that's the crazy thing. So if you just try it, just at least try it with one person, see how it goes for you, and then kind of roll with it from there. But I'm telling you, I was shocked at what they were like, okay, yeah, totally cool. So, it's just, don't let fear hold you back in this business, because even if you don't think, like, you're like, well, I don't want to message them because I don't think they would be interested, message them, because I've had so many people who I was like, I don't know, but then I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna message them, because I haven't messaged that many new people today, and I need to get some new messages out there. And I've gotten like so many good responses and good feedback from them. So don't be scared to message anybody. And I'm gonna kind of close it off there, and I'll let Bree kind of go in on what Host a Post is, because that kind of goes into more messaging and more ways to get your customers. But I'm going to kind of bounce off and leave you guys with this. Do not quit. You joined this business, and Amanda kind of talked on this a little bit earlier. Don't quit when the days get hard. Don't quit when your kid might be sick. I have a kid too. She was sick for like 4 days, and I have to go to work during the week as well. And so it's like, she's sick, I still have to go to work, but I still have to do this business, because at the end of the day, this business is my goal. I like getting this extra income and creating the life that I want is my goal. So it is a priority, even if it means I have to stay up 3 hours later than I normally would. I'll be a little tired the next day. I got my keto coffee. I'll drink it up. I'll get the energy. And you know what? I will not regret that decision when I get my paycheck. So just always keep going forward, because if you do not quit, you will not fail. You will succeed. So just remember, do not quit. Tell yourself that. If I don't quit, I can't fail. If I don't quit, I can't fail, because you can't fail if you don't quit. Like, you keep pushing forward every single day. Yeah. But
Okay.
That's all I gotta say. If y'all have any questions, again, there's a chat at the bottom. You can ask questions for me, Amanda, Danny, or Bree. And Bree, I'll kind of let you take over with telling them all what Host to Post is about.
I'm going to say something real quick because I always say something. And I just got a notification that we don't have the 40-minute block. So I really want to say these things. So before Bree talks about Host to Post, I want you guys to write down the 4 things that you're doing every single day. You're adding to your network. You're posting. You're adding to your network. You're posting on social media. You're messaging and you're following up. And following up is just messaging the people that you've talked to in the past that are ready for more. Okay.
Yeah, so, I totally forgot to hit up on following.
It's okay. Bree will go on following up. But what I want to say about messaging is if you're not messaging, then you're not going to get loyal customers because you can post all day. But there's only going to be so many people that like and comment on your post. And when I first started, I got caught up in the likes and the comments, and I felt bad if there was no likes and comments. But that's not what posting's for. Posting is so that your name gets on their wall every single day, whether they like it or they comment on it, they're seeing it and they're following it and they're watching it and they're waiting for you to quit because they think that you will. And so the fact that you keep posting is going to be even better, and it's going to show them that you're not quitting. But messaging is how you get into their inbox. Messaging is how you ask. If you're not messaging, you're not asking, you're not going to get the results that you want. You have got to message. Sorry, he has strep and the flu.
Oh no.
I know he has both. Okay. But messaging, it's so important, and you can't care about what people think because people do not write your paycheck. Those friends of yours are not writing your paycheck, and they're probably not even friends with you. I mean, to be honest, all of us have like maybe 5 to 20 friends, and that's it. And so all those people that you're messaging, they don't affect anything in your life or even your business, but you do have something to share with them. So share it with them. Have no feelings attached to it. Just let them know what you got. Let them know what you can do for them. And if they say no, then move on to the next. Like the mindset you have to have is, do you want it or not? Because if you don't want it, I'm going to move on to someone that does want it. But I didn't want to leave you in the dust. Like, I feel like I'm doing a disservice to you and myself if I don't offer you what I got. That's the mindset I have. Like, I have to tell the world about the business opportunity and the products because they're life changing. And I've seen the millionaires on stage. I've seen the nurses and the teachers and the moms on food stamps and the moms on government assistance become millionaires with this business. And not even just this business, network marketing in general. This is the life of the future. I mean, this business can give you everything, and we're telling you how to do it. And that's adding, posting, messaging, and following up. And with following up, I'll give you 2 statistics, and then I'll let Bree go. The fortune is in the follow-up. Almost 100% of the time, you do not get a customer on your first conversation.
No, you don't.
Never. You might sometimes if they're just really that desperate or have a lot of money. But most of the time, you don't get customers on your first visit. It's in the follow-up. It's messaging them that next day. Hey, do you remember what we talked about last night? Are you ready to get started? They're probably not going to be ready. So it's messaging them on Friday. Hey, girl, it's Friday. Are you ready to get started? They're probably not going to. So it's messaging them next Wednesday. Hey, girl, it's hump day. How are you? You ready to get started? They're probably not going to. So it's messaging them the next week. Hey, girl, it's been about 2 weeks. How are you? You ready to get started? All right, I'm ready. You convinced me. They say the average person takes 7 interactions to seal the deal. So don't fall short on the 4th, because if you fall short, I'm going to get them on the 7th, because I'm going to follow up 7 times. So if you don't get the customer, I'm going to get it. Or Veronica. Because me and Danny have been witness to not doing what we're supposed to do, and that's why me and Danny took longer. Veronica jumped in with her head down and did exactly what we told her to do, and she went fast. She promoted to Ruby within a month. She's almost to Emerald, and she's going to hit Diamond within 2 months, because all she did was what we told her. She didn't care what people thought. She posted, she added, she messaged, and she didn't stop until she got what she wanted. Me and Danny, go ahead.
Sorry, just because when you said that, it made me think when you said I'm going to get them on the 7th one. Don't be afraid to message people, because if you don't, someone else will, and they'll get the sale and not you. And then you're going to be left in the dust. So that's all I wanted to say. Just don't be afraid, because someone else is going to message them. If it's not you, someone else will, because look at all of us that are on here. That's why it's important to grow your network. You want to constantly expand, because you're going to always find people who have never heard of this. You're going to find people who have no idea what it is. So don't be afraid to message them, because you don't, I will, Amanda will, Bree will. So don't be afraid. Do not be afraid.
Bree's going to tell us how we've been able to get customers super, super easy. But I'll tell you, we gave y'all tasks, but me, Veronica, Danny, and Bree, we're doing our own task group, and we send 100 to 150 messages every single day. So we're doing the work too. And so I'll just tell you that we're in our own chat with our hire leader who's making us do the same tasks you're doing, but multiply by 5 or 6 times. And Veronica's new, just like you guys. Me and Danny, I've been in a while, but we're just now really getting into going hard because we want that $10,000 bonus. But Bree is going to tell you the easiest way that we have found to get customers.
Hey guys, can everybody hear me? My iPad's on my bed. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Good. Hey guys, okay, I'm so pumped to tell you about Host-A-Post because honestly, this is what changed the game for pretty much our whole team when people started doing it around middle of last year. So I have always been somebody that was not a huge fan of cold messaging. I just wasn't. A lot of people still do half cold messages, half Host-A-Post. It's totally up to you. Different things work for different people, so you need to try both things, but definitely start utilizing Host-A-Post. Now, basically what Host-A-Post is it's you're having somebody that's not a part of the business make a post for you so that they see all of their friends on their timeline see your post about your product or the business, and you're reaching out to a whole new market. And so basically what it is you will have, hold on, I have my timeline review up right now. I'll show you. So basically what it is you'll have somebody post a status for you, and I'll explain how to get to it. But since I'm up on this right now, somebody will tag you in a post. You'll give them the post to do, and then say we've all been doing pretty much Thermify X because that's just a hot product right now, right? Everyone wants to lose weight, and it's affordable, and it's really, really easy to upgrade it for better results. So everybody's doing Thermify X. So you'll give them this post to post about Thermify X, and then they're just going to copy and paste it into their timeline and tag you in it. But you're going to have your settings on Facebook to where you have to approve something if you're tagged in it. So if you're not already like that, make sure you go into your settings and change it to where it has to be approved, because you don't want 30 people tagging you in a post and that's all people see on your timeline or like on your profile. Does that make sense? So they can actually see your stuff. But look, so when you have somebody that tags you in a post, this is your timeline review. Look, these are all posts that people tagged me in. And basically, when people comment, you're just going to reply messaging you, and then you're going to add them as a friend, message them, and say, hey, and there's a script. The scripts that I sent you yesterday in the chat, those are the scripts that I use, you guys. And a lot of the times when people come to you, then they still a lot of times aren't ready at this moment. You're still going to have to follow up a lot. But I found that more people are ready faster through Host-A-Post than they are through just watching you post and you cold messaging them, because they're coming to you initially. They're saying, yes, I'm ready to lose weight. What is this product? I'm interested. And you're messaging them about it. So it's a lot easier to seal the deal this way. And like I said, I sent you all my scripts through the chat yesterday. So make sure you save those. If you can you do text replacement on Droid? Hold on, you're muted.
Download. So iPhone has text replacement, and she'll tell you how to do it. If you don't have iPhone, you download an app called Text and P, and I'll send y'all the picture of it. It's $1.99, but it has changed my life. So the same thing Bree tells you, we can get it on Android, but just listen to how she does it, and then I'll tell you the app. And you basically, like, you put an X, and your whole freaking conversation comes up. And so instead of having like a conversation, my conversation is like X1, X3, X4, because all conversations end up going the same way. But she'll tell you how, and then I'll send y'all the picture.
Exactly. So basically what it is, if you have an iPhone, it's already in your settings. You should go to General, Keyboard, and Text Replacement. And now you just have to, like, you can copy and paste my scripts. So like the Thermofite Host-A-Post, I do TXHAP, so TX Host-A-Post. You can do whatever, name it whatever you want. But now every time somebody says that they'll do a post for me, all I type in is TXHAP, and then it literally types it out for me, and I push send. It takes 0.5 seconds. And instead of going, I used to, you guys, I didn't even start using this until like the middle of last year. And I used to have everything in my notes and I would copy and paste, and I thought it was so fast. And you guys, this is like 10 times faster. And so I have probably hundreds of text replacements because there's one for every product. I have one that explains products. I have one for multiple host posts. So that is going to change your life when you're messaging people, because your messages are going to go the same pretty much every time. So those scripts that I sent you, they're basically going to be like, you're going to send them the first initial message and it says, Giveaway X is la-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da, it's this match and la-di-da, and it just tells you about all of the everything they need to know. And then at the end you say, how does that sound? And then they're either going to say good, or they're going to say, I have a question, or whatever. And then when they reply, usually they're like, that sounds good. Like, that's pretty much what they all say. And then you send them the next one, and then you send them the next one. And then usually the conversations all go the same. So you're literally messaging tons and tons of people just super fast. So it doesn't take any time at all. But how you get started with Host to Post is, so there's multiple ways to do it. We do giveaways. We do a monthly giveaway with our big chat. So say this time next month, any of y'all are ready to be in that big chat. It's a lot of work, but you guys, it will accelerate your business. If you really wanted to make some freaking money with this business, you need to be in it. But this will kind of get you kind of somewhat prepared for it. And it's the first of every month. We do a giveaway and we start that chat. And what our giveaways usually are, like this month, we're giving away $300 in Target gift cards. And so everybody that's a part of it, we just split the cost. So like, I think it was like $10 this time. So everybody sent $10, and we're all able to post about how I'm giving, like I made my sister come with me to Target, and we took pictures in Target, and I'm posting about how I'm giving away $300 in gift cards, in Target gift cards, who wants an entry. And I've had hundreds of people comment. And every single person that comments, I say messaging you, and I message them and I say, hey, if you make this post for me, you'll get an entry. And so that's hundreds of people posting for me that I didn't even have to message for. So I definitely recommend doing a giveaway. And you all could actually do one in this group if you all wanted to as well. Or you could do, giveaways are my favorite just because I like to offer people something in return. But because it's your first month, you probably have a very large warm market. Sorry, my 2-year-old woke up. Just say, hey, like, you're going to have a lot of, like I said, you're going to have a big warm market. So a lot of your friends will post for you for no reason. They're just going to post for you because they support you. So message all of your friends and say, hey, do you mind copying and pasting this for me really quick? Like, it's going to take 2 seconds and it would really help me out. And then they'll do it for free, you guys. People just do it for you because they want to support you. And so when they do that, then utilize those texts. But you'll get better and better. You feel free to send screenshots through. But every probably 3 days that you're doing this, you're literally going to learn, like, just catch on. Like, it's just going to be so fast, and you learn really fast. And so honestly, that's pretty much all Host to Post is about. It's super, super simple. You're getting clients coming to you for product instead of you reaching out to everybody. It's a lot faster. It just works so much better in my opinion. And also, that's what I'm doing right now is I'm going back to my Host to Posts from even like November, December, and January. And I'm going back and I'm commenting, messaged all of you, or still looking for, or opened up more spots or whatever. And that's going to boost posts all the way from November all the way until now. And it bumps the post up so more people see it. So you're getting like extra use out of those posts. And I'm going back, a lot of people, when you add them as a friend, they'll either not see your friend request or they won't see your message or anything like that. When they don't see your message or they're not replying or whatever, dude, just go to their page and literally put on their timeline like, hey girl, messaged you, or comment on one of their posts and say, hey, I messaged you. I know it sounds really stalkerish, but it works. Like, they're gonna be like, okay girl, like I will open your message, like it's fine, And so and a lot of times they truly don't see your message. Like, a lot of people, they're not in their inbox like we are. They're not looking at it all day long. So just remember that when you're following up with people and you're like, God, I am like getting on this girl's nerves, I'm sure. This is the 12th time I've messaged her and she hasn't messaged me back. You guys, they're not thinking about it like we are. So maybe those 11 times that you messaged them, or at least half of those times, they were busy. Their kid was crying. They were packing lunches for the next day. They were getting in bed, and they're like, oh, I'll message you later. How often do we do that, right? They're not thinking about it like in a business standpoint. They're thinking of it in a, I'll get to that when I can standpoint. And so just remember, you're not going to just be bothering. And if you're really bothering somebody that much, they're either going to block you or they're going to tell you stop messaging them. But honestly, that rarely happens. They'll just ignore you until they're ready. And so just follow up and follow up and follow up. And it's never going to hurt you to follow up. But did I miss anything for host to post? I think that's it. So if you have any questions, please feel free to unmute yourself and ask. And guys, if there's anything that you didn't retain tonight, you're probably not going to retain at least half of it because this is all brand new. Feel free to ask me 30 times how to do host to post because guess what? You're all brand new. You're going to ask a million times what Amanda said earlier. You're going to ask a million times what Danny said. You're going to ask a million times what Veronica said. And it's okay because we all did the same thing. I probably bugged the heck out of Cassie when I joined because I probably asked her the same thing 12 times. But that's how you learn. And so don't ever not ask a question because we like questions. I think we can all agree that we're like, please send me all the questions because that's how we know you're learning. That's how we know you're retaining, and that's how we know you're working. And so if you're not doing those things, then we're just going to assume that you're not really doing much, or you just got it and you're just rolling like crazy, one or the other.
Yep. If anyone has questions, you can unmute yourself. I'm going to close really fast. So I know that we said a lot of information, but it really boils down to just a few things. The first thing is get your mind right. Get your mind right. Find out what you want, why you want it, and what you're willing to do to get it. And then fill yourself up. So after you decide why, don't stop until you get it. Don't ever stop until you get it. If you know in the heart of your heart that you're supposed to be going on mission trips in Africa or mission trips in Mexico or wherever, then don't stop working this business until you get it. If you know that you're not supposed to be struggling paycheck to paycheck, because let me tell you, I'm a registered nurse and went to college like everyone said you're supposed to, and have 2 jobs as a registered nurse and still lived paycheck to paycheck. And that's not fun. I want to be able to go wherever I want to go and not look at my bank account. I want to be able to jump on a plane and fly wherever I want. And I'm telling you guys, this business can do that for you. And you might not believe it yet, and you might not see it yet, but you can borrow our belief because we just got back from conference and we have met so many women, y'all, and they are freaking rich. Like, y'all, they make like $30,000 to $40,000 to $50,000 to $60,000 a month. A month. More than I make in a year, they're making in a month. And all they did was work really freaking hard and never gave up. And that's what we're going to teach you to do. So that's the first thing. Get your mind right. Figure out what you want, get your mind right, and then fill it up with something positive. Whether it's a video or a song or a prayer or a book. Find something where you can listen to and fill your mind and heart up because you will get tired. You will want to give up. You will want to throw in the towel. You will want to make up an excuse. That's when you play that video. That's when you read that book because that book and that video are going to tell you you can do anything you put your mind to. You can and will succeed. You are the best. You are a millionaire. You deserve it. You can do it. It's going to keep filling your mind with those things. That's what keeps you going. And then once you have your mind right, you just repeat every single day the same things we talked about. You add to your network every single day. You post on your wall every single day. You message someone new every single day, and you follow up every single day. Our first goal is 4 loyal customers. That's it. Let's get 4 people to try our product, and let's get 4 people to try our product by utilizing Host to Post. None of you ladies on here should have to cold message yet. None of you. I still don't have to cold message. I just do because I like it. But you have a warm market. You have a huge warm market. Even if you knew them in first grade, that's still a warm market. You knew them. You're not being weird and random. Get into their inbox. Say, hey, girl, I'm looking for some support. I started my own business. I'm trying to change my family's life. All I need you to do is post something on your wall that I send you. You're not asking them to buy anything. You're asking them to post for you. So then when they say yes, message us. We'll send you a post, put it on their wall, open you up to a whole new network. So 4 loyal customers, that's our first goal. We're going to get them by using Host to Post. After you get your 4 loyal customers, we're going to try some products with our $100 product credit, and then we're going to move to the next goal with you. But for now, get your mind right. Focus on those 4 tasks, and then let's get some loyal customers. Once you get those loyal customers, we'll get you trying some product. You'll fall in love with the product because we have some amazing products, and then we'll just keep moving up the scale till y'all start getting these big old paychecks that you want.
Yeah. Let me tell y'all real quick how important it is to post your story while while Bree and Amanda have been talking, I posted a story of one of the girls in the business who's like 23 in college, paid off her tuition. 6 people have inboxed me that I've never met, talked to, asking me, hey, what's this all about? What do you do? That's why it's important, guys, to post. When I say post the small successes, even if you get one customer, even if you promote to Ruby, like post it, because people will be interested and they're going to be like, what does she mean, Ruby? What's that? You know? So I just want to say, y'all, it's very important to post that. And like, even if you want to post somebody else's story, like you may not know I will hope you guys know your why by now, but if you don't, or if you're still thinking about it, post my story, post Amanda's story, post Bree's story, post whoever's story that inspires you, like, and that will help you guys as well.
Love that. Love that.
All of you have a story. You may not feel like you do, but you may not be able to post about what the business has done for you currently, but you can post about, like she was saying, or Amanda was saying earlier, what the business is going to do for you. Because the more you speak that into existence, one, you can't quit after you done told everybody you're going to go on a trip from this, right?
Yep.
Like, have to do it at that point, right? So it's going to hold you accountable. And 2, you guys, it's the power of speaking things into existence. I'm telling you, it's crazy. And it will happen. You just have to believe it and just speak it out. If you want $2,000 a month come March, okay, well, let's get on it, because it can happen, especially with this new compensation plan. But you just have to speak it out and work for it, because I'm telling you, it's not going to fall in your lap. There's no way. You cannot just post, and you cannot just expect it to just fall in your lap. You've got to work hard for it. But you guys, I'm telling you, just imagine somebody just hands you a $4,000 check. Like, imagine what that would do for you. I don't know anybody that couldn't benefit from a $4,000 check, no matter what your income is. And
I'd be quitting my job.
Right? So, I mean, you guys, I'm telling you, like, your check can quadruple in 1 month. My check more than quadrupled this past month. So, it can happen.
Yep. And last thing is, I think it left me. I forgot what I was even going to say, y'all. What I was going to say is, if the reason you join this business is because you have a burning desire inside to do more and to get more. And so if you have like an entrepreneurial side where you have a bunch, it's expensive to start a business. I don't know if any of you know anyone who started a business, like a storefront business. It is very expensive, and you lose a lot of money before you ever get money. So the fact that we joined this business for $20 and can make an unlimited amount of money is reason enough to never quit. Everyone who doesn't quit makes it. But I'm not saying you'll make it tomorrow. I'm not saying you'll make it next month. It will take some of us a month like Veronica, or it would take some of us more than a year like me. But I didn't quit, and now I've made it. And so God has his timing. God has his purpose. All you have to do is be faithful and be patient in your time. Do what you're supposed to do while you're in it. And then one day you're going to wake up and have everything you could ever imagine. So does anyone have any questions? You can write them down and send them to your enroller, send them in the chat. But look, the first step was y'all showing up. The fact that you showed up here today is amazing. And we will bend over backwards to get you guys where you want to be if you just show up. If you just show up, ask questions, and put in the work, I will stay up as late as you need me to, wake up as early as you need me to, and give of me as much as you want just for you showing up. So kudos to showing up. Veronica, Bree, Danny, anything else?
I'm good. Thanks, guys. I'm so proud of y'all for getting on. I can't wait to see where y'all are at in even just a few weeks.
Me too. I'm glad that y'all got on with us and stayed up a little bit and hung out and got to learn a little bit about the business. And I can't wait to see where it takes y'all.
Yeah.
Yes, y'all, let's get this money. 2019 is money.
Money smells like money, look like money, be like money, get the money. All right, guys, love y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.